In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Coronavirus.
Don't mind me, it's just a little bit of death.
Coronavirus.
Holy fuckboys.
Fuck boys!
Band's back together, kids.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
No, we were all here last week.
We were here last week.
It's been a long week, though.
It's been a very, very long
Fuck yeah,
week.
it has.
Welcome,
actually
everyone,
has.
to the Freedom Friends Podcast. I'm Mikey. That's Jazz. That's John. That's Scott. And we are your 4 mediocre assholes who, I don't know why you guys even fucking like us. I got nothing.
I got nothing. I do know that we're not even fucking close to live.
Not even fucking close to live.
Coming to you from where, Scott?
The Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
In?
Sunny, beautiful San Antonio,
Goddamn,
Texas.
the weather today
Damn
was...
right. It is
Yesterday
cargo short
looked like,
season, boys.
Yesterday straight up looked like the Eldritch Horrors were about to fucking arrive, though. That shit was rowdy outside.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm excited, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I woke up today and was
Looked like
"Ah,
Silent Hill outside.
it is motherfucking cargo short season, boys."
Yeah, it was beautiful. Dude, Mikey, I saw a thing with camping Crocs.
Camping Crocs.
They had like
Keep talking.
over the ankle gaiters with drawstrings so that you could like pull them down
What?
and insert it. And then they had survival tools mounted on the Crocs, like little foot
I
headlights
think Mikey's drooling.
and
right now.
paracord and a compass.
Dude,
Yeah,
I need this in my life.
yeah. Dude, you could put those on. So you had gaiters and Croc locks. I'm
Bro,
pretty sure at that point.
That's business time.
You are unfucking stoppable at that point. That is, what third world country do I need to personally go dominate right now?
Dude, for real.
That
Yeah.
sounds really gay, guys.
Holy shit. So, brought to you by Warfighter Tobacco. WarfighterTobacco.com. Use that code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off discount. We're also coming to you from our CBD friends over at owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Score yourself a quarter off your order with 25% off.
Fucking good dudes
Everything
at
over there.
Wellness.
Fucking good dudes. Yes. And of course, our friends at grillyourassoff.com. Use that code FF15. Another sweet 15% off. Bills are paid, boys.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm gonna pour this drink and
That looks fancy. I've never heard of
right?
it.
So this is from our friends at Alert, which is a I'm gonna fuck this up. So it is a first responder like proficiency and tactical training agency.
What's the acronym?
Close enough? What does
Alert?
Alert stand for?
Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response
So I went that
Training.
far off. Look at that. I didn't
Yeah.
complete. That's because I haven't been drinking yet.
That's true.
So they brought us a lovely gift of Calumet Farm Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. But
Yeah.
here's the reason I'm going to pour this. Is
We already have drinks.
no, well, no, I had a death in my family.
Oh.
Yeah.
On Thursday night, my great grandmother, one of my best friends in the world, passed away at 102.
Wow.
Dude, what a G.
Seriously.
Hardcore, right?
What a G.
So my great grandmother was actually, she was known as the Martini Maven, but she was definitely the matriarch of our family.
You have spoke of her many a time on this.
Yeah.
and she was an
Fuck,
absolutely
man.
amazing woman, one of my best friends.
we should have had martinis. Goddamn.
I'm in.
So I'm not a huge gin drinker, but Gene, I couldn't be happier that you and Bus are back together because I know that he was the absolute magic in your life. And Godspeed, Gene. I'm gonna miss you. But
Cheers to you, Grams. Well, sorry to hear about that, buddy.
You know what? This is one of those situations where like I'm sad she's gone.
But 102.
102 hell of a run.
Fucking
Fucking
hell of a run, dude.
She looked a good one.
And
Like,
but she
fucking
also
A.
she had very, very heavy onset dementia.
Yeah.
So towards the end, she didn't know who any of us was. I was one of the very lucky
So did
ones
she-
that
did she
before
not-
she was gone, I got to say
Did she
goodbye.
not
So
have to experience much of 2020?
She experienced none of 2020.
That's
Yeah.
that's good.
So it's kind of a win.
That's good.
Yeah,
news.
I mean,
'Cause-
towards the end, the only thing that she recognized a few of us, but towards the end, the only thing that she ever had memories of and would talk about and stuff like that were like the heyday of her and her husband and like
Nice.
martini parties at her estate and shit
Yeah.
like that. And I was like, dude, if you gotta go,
Yeah, right?
fucking, that's how you want to go out. But yeah, she didn't see any of this last like 3 years worth of bullshit.
Yeah.
She went out clean. So,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
but it was very peaceful. She literally went to sleep, and
Just didn't wake up.
that was it. She just kind of
We should all
breathing
be so
slowed
lucky,
down,
man.
and that was it. So, her daughter got to be there the couple of days, like every day leading up to it, and then she got the call. And
Was she on a hospice care at all or whatever?
yeah, she was staying in a full service care for the last several years. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
wanted to go see, and that's what kind of brutal was about 2020 was you couldn't go.
Oh,
Like you're
yeah.
talking about like like hospice care elderly and stuff like
Right.
that. You couldn't go.
Well,
So
it's a highly vulnerable population.
yeah, so even
you know?
knowing, through 2020 she was 101. Like
Yeah.
it's like we got to be getting close.
Right,
Like so, but you couldn't go. So but she life-changing woman, absolutely one of my best friends growing up, and an absolutely fantastic woman. So and my granddaddy Buster, avid cigar smoker, wore
Nice.
baller ass hats. Like
Oh, that's the dude. You got all his hats.
I got all of his
old
fedoras. They're all
hats.
in my
Yeah,
closet now.
yeah.
Like the old handmade felt fedoras.
Nice.
I've got
Yeah.
them in. They're my granddaddy Busters, and
Keep saying granddaddy.
that's what the whole family called him that. That was Granddaddy Buster, or Bus. I mean, it was,
What was his actual name?
Buster.
Buster?
No, it was Leslie.
Leslie?
Yeah,
So he went
Leslie
by
Waters.
Buster?
But went by
So like,
Buster.
I say that because I had an uncle Bud. I had this great
Yeah.
uncle Bud, and his first name was Ermel. So
Ermel.
he went by
Wow.
Bud.
Well, he was
I'll bet you.
It's
What's
like-
your name? Irma. Okay,
Yeah.
bud.
Okay, Bud.
Leslie Buster Waters,
Yeah.
and he went by Bus or Buster. But
That's probably how this probably happened. Is some dude was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Leslie," and they were like, and he knocked him out, and they were like, "Sorry, Buster."
which is straight up doable because he was like 6'8" and built
Oh,
like
wow.
a brick shit house.
Dude, for that age, man, for that time period, that's a
Oh, he's
giant man.
huge. And
That is a giant man.
they were married 60
Hey,
plus
Scam
years.
Likely's calling me.
Nice. Good old Scam
Oh,
Likely.
I know those people.
Houston Field Office, Special Agent Fahey.
Hello, maybe you can help me. Is this Hawkshaw Construction LLC?
No, ma'am. This is the Houston Field Office for the FBI.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. And
That's
that,
how it's
kids, is
done.
how it's done. I will be off that list 10 out of 10.
But so yeah. So anyways, I don't actually want to bring the mood down. I just want to have a
I was like-
celebratory drink for my grandmother because
Yeah,
she
nice.
was an amazing fucking woman.
There's that's not really bringing the mood down because 102.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
So literally
that's dope.
before she started to go downhill and stuff, this woman was snowmobiling at 94.
Oh,
What a
yeah.
beast,
Wow.
man.
She would go out to Colorado and go snowmobiling and shit.
There's been a
Like,
couple deaths this last week, man. Larry King died.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, that's weird.
Did he really die, or did somebody just inform him?
that's probably
Or
that's
did
more
somebody
believable.
finally just let him know that was like, Larry,
Hey, bud.
Larry, you've been dead since 95, man. Like,
I don't think I
let
could
this
get out of.
shit go.
I don't think I could get out of one marriage alive. He got
He had
out of
8.
7.
8.
He got out of 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what it was.
Could you
he
imagine?
didn't have an exit strategy for number 8, so he just died.
Yeah, it's funny
Could
because
you imagine
That's
get-
mine for number 1.
I was listening to the news. They were talking about that, and they're like, "Yeah, he's 8 marriages and 3 kids." I was like, "Wait. Those numbers don't add up right."
Could you imagine getting into an argument with Larry King? Like
No.
with those spousal arguments, whatever. He's just sitting there with his arms crossed and shoulders all hunched, and he's like,
Asking you very pointed questions.
very pointed questions because he genuinely wants to know your side of the story.
He wasn't. Somebody else died. Who else died? Fuck. Why am I blanking on this?
I don't know.
I'm guessing about 4,379 people in Sri Lanka.
True. Who the fuck else died?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There was another
I know
celebrity
Betty White's
death.
fucking 99.
You goddamn right.
Woo!
Keep
on
going, baby.
trucking.
Keep on going, baby. We need you. Well, fuck, boys.
Scotty, how was your weekend, buddy?
I didn't have a weekend as much as a week. I took
You're
last week off.
You're in settle mode.
Yes,
How's the new place?
it's good, man. I got moved in. I
beautiful.
got out of the old place, turned in the keys this morning, and
Oh, that's a fun time.
most of that was Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. But yeah, the new place it's livable. I have a 3-car garage packed full of shit I have to unsort yet, but yeah, it's
That'll be
it's
fun.
good.
I like how apparently it's sorted. and now he needs to unsort it.
Sure.
It was,
I like your style,
it was
Scott.
placed. Yeah.
It's all about it's all about your outlook.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta unsort this. This is fucked. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel lived in.
No.
It's too
John, how
sorted.
about you? How's the weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a little get together on Saturday.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I knew you were busy.
Yeah, because you guys left me hanging high and dry. Yeah.
So the shitty part about it is so Friday we made plans for Saturday, and Saturday morning is when I realized
You already had plans for Saturday.
I did.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the worst part is I was supposed to deliver cigars to one of the guys at
I
Noble
know.
Gentleman's.
I'm aware.
But, so I talked to him in the morning, and
Because
I dropped
by
in the mail for him.
proxy, that question fell to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I figured so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
no.
thing when I went to the one that nobody else did. When I went to the gun range one,
Yeah.
and nobody was there. They were like, "Well, did they send cigars with you or whatever?" And I was like, "You selfish sons of bitches!" Like,
Yeah,
I know
they
how
don't
much
care
money
about me. They just
all
want
of you
cigars.
fuckers
Yeah,
make. Like,
all
you
of
go
you.
buy your own shit.
Fucking I. Like, we are far and away the poorest motherfuckers in that crew.
Yeah, no shit.
That one barber dude that showed up a couple times ago.
Yeah, and the guy that drives the Camaro, I'm pretty sure that Camaro is actually all he has. It's just that Camaro, and I'm pretty sure he bought it when he was still making money, and now
He bought it new for like $3,000 back in the day.
has
in
nothing,
67.
and it's just that Camaro. I'm pretty sure that's.
I respect it. I
Yep.
respect it.
Good guy though.
Super
Yeah.
friendly dude.
Yeah, they're all good guys. Fuck.
But no, I finally got my smoking room set up in my house. And so we had to break that in properly.
And we did.
And we fucking did.
Is that where the rabbit box came from?
Yeah, they so hopefully coming soon on the website, if you're in need of air purification systems, we will
Oh, is there gonna
able
be
to
warfighter
supply
ones?
'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do some custom warfighter ones.
Oh, dope.
We,
Yeah,
we
it'll be
wanted
interesting.
to test drive them first. So John put 2 of them in his smoking room.
Yeah.
And we had what?
We had 6 people in there.
Two
smoking
in one
at the
room,
same
I could
time.
actually see.
But it was
with 6 people, I can see
smoking.
that.
Now here's the kicker, right? So
Depends on the size of the room.
Well, like if
Those-
I was going to put one in my office, I think I would have to put it like directly above my computer monitors.
I call
so
up-
like
that's what
literally
mine is.
as I was smoking, it would essentially.
I call up Rabbit Air and I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. They're like, cool. Yeah, we'd love to have you guys on board. What do you guys need? So I told them, I was like, yeah, let's get a couple of the new A2s that have the Wi-Fi and blah, blah, blah. And so we're about to get done with the order. And the guy's like, oh, by the way, we just released our A3. I was like, I was on your website 2 days ago. He's like, yeah, I went up yesterday. And I'm like, hold on. I got on the website. I'm like, give me a couple of those. And I'm like, okay, cool. So this week is when I'm seeing all the press releases for the A3s. And I already fucking put them through the paces over the weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they fucking work great.
I've liked Rabbit Air for
But
fucking years. I
but yeah,
think
so
they're
I
awesome.
got a big ass TV, surround sound, a couple of movie chair.
And besides smoking cigars in your room, what we were watching the
The McGregor fight.
McGregor fight.
Didn't see that coming.
What?
Him getting knocked the fuck out.
Right. Knocked
Did
the fuck
not
out.
see that coming, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
I like how afterwards he was like, "Didn't go as planned, but now I hold the trilogy of blockbusting fights." I'm like, "You hold a trilogy of ass whoopings."
Oh,
Like, I
right,
don't-
right.
Right now, today, he's holding a fucking basketball-sized lump on his leg.
Yeah.
Because he
I
got the
know.
shit
He even
kicked out
said
of
he's
him.
like, my leg's fucking dead. He's like, it's dead. It doesn't work. He's like, it's fucking done. Like,
He is the definition of that dude in the bar that gets like one drink in and just wants to fight everybody but doesn't know how to fight.
yeah.
And it's like, dude, like at some point just hang him up.
He's the definition of the guy that thinks he knows how to fight in a bar and picks the dude that knows how to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you guys forget when he was winning a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he is he's one of the most world-class strikers that have ever
Oh,
graced
he
the
is.
UFC.
He's a
Right.
great fighter.
And
100%.
he used to win
But
a lot.
He's also the
Do you-
highest paid
have
loser.
you noticed he started to lose? No, I was going to say he started to lose when he became like
And you know what? Al Bundy was a hell of a quarterback in high school.
he started to lose when he
Yeah,
beat
now look at him
touchdowns,
married
one
with
game.
children.
Yeah, but now he's a shoe salesman and married to a fucking ginger. Like, at some point, you just got to know when your glory days are fucking over. Like,
Maybe.
let it go.
He
Al
did.
just didn't realize that his glory days were being married to that ginger.
She is a fucking smoke show.
I know.
Dude.
Right?
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Fucking
That is a
right.
woman that got better looking as she got older, too.
Dude, remember when she was on like Sons of Anarchy? I was even
Yeah.
like, God damn.
Fucking
Yeah.
smoke show.
Gemma,
Right?
what's
Yeah.
up? Like, holy
Fucking
shit.
smoke show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz, how about you? How was the weekend?
Not bad, man. Didn't really do much. to
aside
be honest
from
with you.
the obvious.
Yeah, didn't really do much. Stayed home, did some stuff around the house, indulged in my hobbies.
So nerd shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much did some nerd shit. Made homemade pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fun.
smoked a couple cigars.
Fucking I.
That was about it. A little more family stuff today because of Gene, but yeah, I mean it's nothing exciting to report. I'm afraid.
Yeah. Mikey?
Relaxing, man. Saturday we had I went to the Noble Gentlemen's Club, hung out over there. I only hung out for a little while, left a little early.
I saw some pictures. I don't think a lot of people turned out for.
No, it was quite a bit.
Hmm?
I was over at Big Doug's house, and it was a great place. you
That's
know?
great, dude.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, I feel bad for not going. But,
Yeah, he's a great guy, and no, they're all good. And I just told him, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin. I was like, just fucking was tired, you know. And truth be told, I just wanted to go home and hang out with Haley for a little while. Like I knew what she was doing. She was like at home watching fucking Harry Potter like by herself, and I was like, fuck man, I'm gonna go.
Dude, I like those
The
things,
same.
but I like those things, but to be totally honest with you, man, like some of those motherfuckers need to move northeast side. Like
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
a ways.
it's
That's the other
always
thing.
like a
It's-
fucking 45-minute, hour-long drive
it's
out
a
there. and shit
45-minute
like that.
drive out there for me, and it's like fuck man, like. And I stopped, picked up a nice bottle. I brought a bottle of that Rowan's Creek,
Nice.
you know,
That's good
over
shit.
to him.
That was good. We
Yeah.
still have some, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, nice.
Actually, I don't know. We might have crushed
No,
that.
We
Oh.
killed it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That shit's fun.
we didn't fucking work last week, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a Saturday, came home, hung out with Haley for a little bit, and then Sunday, kind of did the same thing, man. Just fucking kept it low key. I bought Haley a new car last week,
That's cool.
so we took out for a drive. Fucking
Did you get that Toyota?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Just got a little Rav4. Dude, check this out. 2018, fucking Toyota Rav4, right? 31,000 miles on it, barely broken in, right?
Because it's a Toyota.
This motherfucker was only 17 grand, like out the door. I was like, "Pfft, done. I was like, hey, fucking, let's go, man. Let's do this. So like, yeah, we did that last week. Got a new ride because her Honda was on her way out, and then,
That Honda did some work though.
dude, 2008, we've had the bitch fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
like I mean,
It's also gone cross country a couple times.
yeah,
and
like it definitely like the Honda Pilot, man, and
survived the frozen north
and
for
it's
a little
still
bit.
rolling,
Like,
man. And we didn't even trade it in. We kept it. I'm
you
gonna,
said you give it to your niece. Or
I'm gonna give it to my
whatever.
nieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both getting to that age to about start driving. I figured,
You're a good fucking guy.
right? Well,
You're a good fucking guy,
I mean, it
Mikey.
only books for like $2,000, bro. Like,
Yeah, still.
Either way,
but you know,
it's fucking gold to them.
that's true. You
You
know?
know?
Well, I remember. Fuck, you remember coming up? If somebody would have given you a fucking car,
Yeah.
I had to buy
Oh,
mine.
God.
Right?
same,
Yeah.
dude. Like that would have been like the
My
coolest
parents
fucking thing
fucked
ever.
me on that one, man. Like, fuck, I had to
Dude.
buy it, so they loaned me the money to buy it. I had to pay it back, and they charged me interest on it.
That,
was like,
no.
Gotta learn young.
Fuck!
Those are good parents. Those are good
Yeah.
But
parents.
here's the deal:
But
I couldn't have a car unless I got a job.
Okay, my only question is.
So I was like, cool, I'm cool with that. But then what I had to pay, because I had to pay my insurance and I had to pay the car note, but I could only work part-time because I played sports and was in school.
yeah.
So I could only work part-time. So literally every penny I made, and then I was given an Exxon gas card so I could put gas in it. But
Fuck.
every penny I made, I had to pay
Did you
between
get-
my gas bill, the insurance, and the car note. I had no fucking money to go do anything. So I had a car
Did-
strictly to drive to work.
Did you get to pick the car you wanted to buy?
Yes.
That's
See,
key.
that right there's a win.
So
So I did. So
Well, I think we talked about this. What was your first car?
yeah, let's talk about
You had the
this.
El Camino, right?
I had an El Camino SS. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that your senior car? Senior year car?
I bought it when I was 16.
Okay, what'd you have in your senior year?
My El Camino.
Okay,
Yeah.
John,
I had an 88 Ford Bronco.
Mikey,
85 senior year.
yeah.
85 Chevy Blazer K5.
I'm gonna brag a little bit, but I worked my ass off.
No,
my senior
73.
year.
73.
That's when you got the
Blazer.
Trans Am, right?
I had a '79 Trans Am.
Yeah.
I had a brand new S10, and I had a brand new crotch rocket.
God damn.
But I paid for all that shit myself.
So that was the thing
I
is,
fucking worked.
I,
Like
I talked him into letting me get. So I wasn't allowed to buy like a muscle car, like a true muscle car.
I had the same rules with the bike.
Yeah.
My mom's like, she talked to my uncles, and she's like, "Oh, you can get a motorcycle, but it has to be 600 cc's or less." I'm like, done.
Jicks are
I had-
6.
I had an R6. I had a Yamaha
Yeah.
R6.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Can be done.
She had no idea.
So I wasn't allowed to buy a muscle car, and the reason I wasn't allowed to buy a true muscle car wasn't actually the safety piece; it was the insurance.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't allowed to go buy like a Trans Am or a Camaro or
Right.
like anything that was legitimately like 2 doors, V8, like couldn't buy a muscle car. But the El Camino is a fucking Monte Carlo or a Camaro with a
Yeah.
truck bed on it. Like
Sure.
it's the same fucking thing, but it has
Yeah.
a bed.
Sure.
With less traction. That's all it is.
Right. So I bought the car, and literally, if you only look at it from like the front doors forward, it's a Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it has a bed. But the thing is, because it has a bed, you get truck plates, which means you also get truck insurance.
Oh, hey.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Because it's a load bearing vehicle, because it has a bed.
Nice.
And we were living
It's a
in
nice little loophole.
we were stationed in Pennsylvania. And you know how it is when you get stationed with the military, you can maintain your state residency.
Sure.
So I had a Texas driver's license and Texas tags on my car. So even though I bought the bitch in Pennsylvania. So I bought this muscle car without it being a muscle car. And then but had no money because I'm making minimum wage working at a fucking woodworker's warehouse selling table saws and shit.
Was that your job?
That was my high school job. I worked at Woodworker's Warehouse, which was awesome because I had gotten into like
I don't think we ever talked about high school jobs before.
So I worked at Sears Hardware, and an actual Sears hardware store, not like a
Nice.
Sears, but like a Sears hardware store.
Yeah.
But I'd gotten into making like both car work and woodwork and stuff like that. And there was a Woodworker's Warehouse there, which if any of our listeners out on the East Coast probably are aware of what Woodworker's Warehouse is. We don't have them here. We have a shop here called Woodcraft. That's kind of the same thing. They sell high-end woodworking equipment and blah, 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 blah. And that's what Woodworker's Warehouse is. So I was buying stuff from there and then saw that they were hiring, and it was like 50 cents more an hour
Yeah.
there than it was at Sears Hardware. So I'd gotten into the manager, and I was like, hey, you want to give me a job? Because he was all of like 23. And so he hired me. So I was working there, which got me a discount on the woodworking stuff that I wanted to buy. But I wasn't making enough to cover the cost of the car, my insurance, and my gas card
Right.
to have any extra money. So I bought this muscle car, and that was right when all the Fast and the Furious movies were coming out.
Yeah.
So everybody was buying fucking like Hondas and Mitsubishis and shit. But it had also kind
I had a
of...
Supra.
Huh?
I had a Supra.
Which
I was in Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, you motherfucker.
Not in high school, you didn't.
Not in high school. No.
I didn't know you were a lesbian.
I was in
So-
Okinawa. I had a Supra.
Supers are
Oh, that's a
badass.
Subaru.
Yeah, that,
Sorry.
that bitch was fucking cool.
So, but all these people were buying all these fucking little 4-banger imports, and then Fast and the Furious made street racing cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna make some extra fucking cash, because I got my El Camino, and even before I built the motor, my motor was the size of all these people's cars, and I
Yeah.
was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make some cash. So I was running these guys street light to street light for like $50 to $100 a kid,
Fucking A.
making all this extra money, and then dumped all that into the engine.
Yeah.
So, which was also allowing me to buy like all these extra tools and shit.
Stupid fucking thing in my head.
So at the end of it, by my senior year, I had an 11.5 second drag car
Nice.
that I was driving to school every day, and drag racing on the weekends, making extra cash. And my parents could not figure it out until some chick who disappeared for the weekend tried to say that she had spent the whole weekend at my house and tried to throw me under the bus. So her parents called my parents, and they were like, "You had it," because they were out of town over the weekend.
Scott, what was your high school job? Inventing the wheel?
I had some funny ones, man.
You cleaning out
But-
caves?
This bitch tried to throw me under the bus and say that she was at my house all weekend, and that's why she wasn't home.
Building mud huts?
And my parents had gone down to see my grandmother in Virginia and left me home because I had to work.
Yeah.
So I stayed home over the weekend. She tried to throw me under the bus. They come and fucking dig into my ass, and I was like, "Nope, bullshit." And they were like, "Well, how do we know she wasn't here?" And I was like, "My ass was drag racing all weekend." And they were like, "Is there any way to prove that?" And I was like, "Yeah. Those brand new tires I just stuck on the back of my El Camino, go check them because they're bald as fuck right now." Like, because I had to fucking light the tires up to get them hot to launch. And because I was running Mickey Thompson drag radials.
Sure.
So I fucking burnt all the tread off, and I was like, my tires are bald. So I literally had to cop to doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing to get myself out of trouble for some other shit I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Lesser of two evils, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
If they ever find the Ark and they find the
Hey.
Scott Jansen is going to be carved on the inside of it.
Gonna find the Ark and find Wagner loves the cock
You're right.
carved into this fucking.
So are we doing high school jobs?
Yeah, let's
what,
do
what,
it.
what was your high school
So
job?
when I was in Arizona, that would have been my sophomore, junior year.
Did all you sons of bitches live in Arizona at some point?
No.
No, you were in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So I was a electronics salesman at J.C. Penney's, I believe it was.
Ooh.
So you were selling like boom boxes
yeah,
and shit?
Yeah, TVs and whatnot. Worked on commission. That was kind of weird.
When you needed a forklift to move a TV?
When I moved back to Nebraska, my senior year, I was working at my uncle's feedlot. And then at night, I was doing telemarketing, selling AOL subscriptions.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Holy
my God.
fuck.
That only lasted about 2 months. And I'm like, only 2 months. There were some smoking hot chicks that worked there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
So
lie.
I stuck it out for 2 months. And then after that, I'm like, I can't fucking do
So
that.
I was an early adopter of the internet. Like one of those people that like,
I don't know why, but I think we all already knew that.
yeah. So, but that AOL line that you could call to try and like set up a subscription if you were curious about it.
I cold called people. It was
you were
great.
outbound?
Yeah.
So I used to call that thing because if you'd call and you just give them a different name, they would give you a code for like X amount of hours so you could like try AOL for
Right.
however long. And I just kept fucking calling and getting code after code after code. I think I was on AOL for like 2 years and never paid for the shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
how else are you supposed to get on fucking AIM?
Right?
It's the original fucking chat roulette right there.
just dick pics,
Yeah,
fucking,
fucking-
extraordinaire.
Took 27 minutes to download a picture of your titties, but it's worth the wait.
ICQ. You're on ICQ. I remember my buddy Chad taught me how through ICQ you could fucking boot somebody's computer and like make their fucking computer shut down. And I was like, dude, we're hackers.
Such bullshit.
Yeah. What was your job?
Oh fuck! I had a couple in high school.
Gigolo.
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's.
Same?
I worked at a nursery.
Okay.
Like with babies or
No,
plants?
Plants.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
I was guessing it was the plants, but
I know his sister.
I'm
Like,
glad,
I didn't
I'm
know.
glad you asked. Yeah, that's true. That's true. His sister works with baby babies.
The nursery is actually a really cool job. I got to. That's where I really learned to like.
It was pot, wasn't it?
Your hydroponics.
No, it wasn't any of the gross stuff.
Got that
I just,
hydroponic
it was
bubonic
all
crack?
like the.
Oh, you were just like selling like
No, I
topiaries and
wasn't.
shit?
I was in the backside.
Another
and
shrubbery.
It was.
But it wasn't one of those like shrub shops where you could
No,
go to
this
buy
is a
like.
massive thing. I mean, we were moving like we'd sell fucking.
Oh, you're
like,
selling to like landscaping
yeah,
companies
like
and shit like that?
$150,000 landscape packages, and I'm loading up all the plants on the fucking. So I'm just running around in heavy equipment the whole time, moving.
There's
fucking
something to be
big
said
ass
for those
trees.
jobs, man, where it's just like, do this, and then they fuck off and disappear, and you just have to like
That's
just
it.
do your fucking thing. Like,
I showed up to work. They gave me like 4 pieces of paper, and I'm like, the first couple of days, I'm like, this is it. And then like I get through like 12 hours later, and I'm like, fuck.
Woodworker's Warehouse was awesome because the great part about that is that you didn't have just like, it wasn't like J.C. Penney where just some rando would just walk in and be like, I don't know, maybe I want a TV. Like if anybody walked in there,
Yeah.
A, they were into a hobby that I
Yeah.
was into, and B, they already knew kind of what they wanted. All you had to do was just try and upsell them because we worked on commission too.
Yeah.
Because they would do shit for like the big companies would run like sales promos. Like you sell one of our 5 horsepower, $3,800 table saws and we'll
Sure.
give you a kicker or whatever. But guys would come in and be like, I don't know, I'm thinking about upgrading my table saw and whatever. And woodworkers are idiots, man. You convince them that they need that $5,000 table saw. And it's like, by the way, we have a credit card. And then
Fucking A.
out the door that bitch goes.
Yeah, you set up a J.C. Penney's credit card and you got some commission.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was the same way.
Yeah.
We got a kicker if you got him to sign up for
Yeah.
it. That job was more of a workout though than you wanted it to be because we had the stock in the back, so it wasn't like you bought this fucking planer or this joiner and then you waited 3 weeks for it to show up. Like it was in a box in the
Yeah.
back, so you'd have to go back there. And these aren't the like hobby ones you get from Lowe's. These
Those
are
are
like
huge.
the big fuck off like cabinet maker style
Sure,
ones.
sure.
So those joiners weigh like 700 pounds. And then it's you and some chucklehead that just bought it trying to figure out how to lift this bitch and put it in the back of his truck. So you're there with a pallet jack as high as it goes and then
Some
just going
assembly
like,
required,
"Oh,
bro."
fuck." Like, yeah. So didn't go to the gym anymore because I was in there fucking lifting cast iron the whole fucking day.
Oh, yeah.
How about you, Mikey?
High school, McDonald's. McDonald's for the most part. I also worked for this dude named Al who owned this company called Creative Cabinets and did like kitchens, bathrooms, stuff like
Nice.
that. But he was just this older dude who was
Oh, so you started breaking stuff at an early age.
like, he was a cool motherfucker though, man. He was big into drag racing. Jazz, you'd fucking love this guy. He had this his pride and joy is he had this 55 Chevy Bel Air. And I remember the license plate said Al's 55.
Nice.
And he had 3 switches in it. And you would pop up next to him at a stoplight. I used to do it in my mom's LTD all the time just to be an asshole. But I'd pop up next to him and rev my engine. And he'd just be like, all right, bitch. And he'd flip the first one and you'd hear the NOS kick in. Right?
oh, but purge out.
And he'd flip the second one and it was air shocks. And it would just drop the front end and jack the ass end. And you would see like this much space between the differential and the wheel of these big fucking Mickey Thompson slicks. And then after he smoked your ass off the fucking line, he'd flip the third switch and there was a big neon sign in the back window that said, try again, son. It was fucking dope. It was the coolest fucking car I'd ever seen. But I would search him out in my fucking shitbox car just to see him do it.
Yeah, those tubbed out Bel Airs, man. Because you could gut them down and get them super light.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then back in the day when you drag race cars like that, they'd put the real skinny tires on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
Don't
old
do
school
it
about
now.
it, man.
No, you run skinnies on the front now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they had them. What do they call them?
They call them gassers.
Gassers. Yeah.
Oh, the old gassers.
Yeah.
For the most part, though, I was a McDonald's worker.
I worked 3 days in fast
This was
food.
in-
That's
truth
as long
be
as I made
told,
it.
This
one
was
of the
in Baltimore.
This was in New Mexico, you
Oh.
cunt. Fucking, like, it was one of the funnest jobs I ever had.
Yeah,
We'd get like
shit show.
drunk as fuck and like go down the fucking
Nobody
like
cared.
hang out in the fucking ball pits, fucking beer carbon, fucking fat tires and shit. Like it was fun, man. Like we just fucked off the whole time. Like I'd be high as shit and trying to make Big Macs. Like, fucking, like,
I made it
ugh.
3 days in fast food.
dude. I
I
worked
got-
with like
I
high
made
school
it
chicks. that were
3
all
days. On my
fucking-
4th
right?
day, I walked in and set my fucking shirts on the counter, and I was like, I'm out. Like, there's no fucking way I can't do this shit.
I had a good time with it. It was fun. And truth be, because I was a stoner in high school, you want to talk about being the fucking man. When you walk into a fucking stoner party after you just close the fucking grill and you have like a sack full of McNuggets. And I'm not talking like a 20 piece. I'm talking like you have the big fucking
Like
carry
a
case
220
sack
piece.
full of fucking McNuggets, you know, and then like
Changing people's lives.
fucking another one full of fries and another one full of Big Macs. And they just come in with like 6 bags of food
Speaking
and
of
you're
which,
just like, here you go,
biggest
boys.
ripoff
Like,
on the fucking planet for McDonald's is this basket of fries that you can fucking get for $3 now.
Dude.
Just order a large for $1 because that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
large. It's a large fry in a basket, and we ordered because we drove through the other day and got like a quarter pounder, a Big Mac, and a basket of fries. And I was like, this will be perfect. Fucking pulled that basket out, and I was like, motherfucker.
yeah, it's a racket.
It's twice the price, same
Yeah.
amount of fries. I was
Yeah.
like, you sons of bitches. Didn't even fucking put some cheese on them or nothing.
Yeah, right? But
I worked at an auto shop and a welding shop also.
yeah. I did odd jobs a lot too.
You like metal work though.
Well, like, so like I had a full-time job from the
I
time I was
learned young.
14 on.
Yeah.
I learned
Like-
young that I need to
Like
do what I like.
I started off as a busboy at 14, and to be fair, it was to pay back restitution. So it was a court ordered job. But so like I started at 14, and like my brother was a waiter at this bar at this it was a restaurant inside of a Holiday Inn.
He was a mantris.
He was. Well, back then we called them waiters. We actually had waiters. Like I was a bus boy.
We,
You know what I mean?
when
Like,
I worked at a bar in Arizona, and it was all female wait staff.
Yeah.
And the owner, this guy named Corey, finally hired a dude, and literally got me and the 2 other like head bartenders, and we were just like, look, like, don't scare this kid off. And I'm like, well, if he can hang, he can hang. And so day 1, he walked in, and all of us were like, "Sup, mantris?" So he worked that first shift. The next day when he came in, he had the logoed shirt from the restaurant, and he got those iron-on letters, and he put mantris across the front of his shirt.
oh, he fit in perfect.
And he fucking owned it to the point where there's still people today that call him mantris.
Nice.
And I was like, yes.
That's how you do it. That's how you fucking.
That's how you own it. Yeah. 100%.
And he crushed it. He fucking made bank.
Like I used to fuck off with the
Dude, a
with
red
the
pair of
name
short
tags.
shorts will fucking make you money.
The name tags at McDonald's. I'd have like fucking 10 of them.
All the flair.
like I had like nobody told me to. I was just being a smartass, but I had one that said like I survived Christmas Eve. Truth be told, Christmas Eve shift at a fucking McDonald's is a nightmare.
Or when they launch
it is one of the
when they launch Beanie Babies.
holy fuck. I fucking worked through that.
Me too.
I worked through that. That was a fucking.
It was a shit show.
Here's something crazy. I still have all the McDonald's Beanie Babies in the bags. I'm gonna buy a car with them shit someday.
Right?
No, you missed the train because now they're not worth they're worth fuck all now.
Yeah,
But there
yeah.
was that like peak of Beanie Babies where like you could have fucking retired. And just
Probably.
been like,
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll come back.
I don't know.
But I worked through that fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
That was a fucking pain in the dick.
Okay, so there's something I actually want to talk about because it's cracking me up. So we all, while in uniform, slept in some interesting places.
Yeah, to say the least.
Okay,
Here we go.
it's one way to phrase the places we've slept.
Sure.
We've also pretty much figured out how to sleep anytime, any place.
Yeah.
Doesn't really fucking matter. I can take a nap. Like,
Any climbing place
Yeah.
if you're a Marine.
I think I know where you're going with this.
all these fucking people wigging out right now because they house these National Guard soldiers in a parking garage.
I would have prayed. A parking garage would have been awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I'm like, holy shit!
That's the equivalent to the Army. That's the equivalent of going to like an Air Force installation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like,
If they had pointed-
That's a
if they had
concrete
pointed-
tent, motherfucker.
Right, if they had
Like,
pointed-
that is awesome.
I'm
And a
not outside
concrete-
getting rained on.
in a
Roger
concrete
that.
structure with more fucking space than you knew what to do with. And we're
Yes.
like, there you go, bivouac
like, this
here.
is
You'd have been
my
like,
spot. The whole fucking spot is mine.
Right,
Get the
be like-
fuck out of my parking spot.
This parking
I'm in
spot's mine.
36C, bitch. It's mine.
It'd been awesome, dude. I'm telling you right now, if you go walk that bitch, it's gonna look like little apartments, like every fucking parking spot.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like just set up.
It looked like Tent City.
How did you get a hibachi? Like where the fuck did this be like?
But bro, I know the supply
National
guy.
Guard, man.
It'll look like
National Guard.
it'll look like an underpass in Austin.
Oh, look, they're being so nice. They're all giving each other flu
'Cause you know,
shots.
It'll be way more dress right than that.
but
Yeah.
it'll look consistent. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, because it's DC, so you know there's a fucking CVS like around the corner.
Sure.
And all those National Guard
Yeah.
dudes were like, "Fuck this! I'm going to get a chair."
Hey, Private, where are you going? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just
Hey.
make sure you're back by dinner time.
Hey, grab me one too.
Right. As soon as you were like, "Hey, Sergeant, I'm gonna run down to CVS and get a folding chair," he's gonna be like, "How much are they? $20. All right, here, pick me up one too." Walking back, fucking popping up folding chairs and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I
all
thought,
these people.
it was funny that Trump, just like a last like fuck you, was like, just you guys can all stay at my hotel for free.
Yeah. The funny thing is, right, when they were sleeping in the Capitol, right, the only thing that I was thinking is there's no way my chain of command, even if we were supposed to sleep there, would have allowed
To sleep
our
inside.
platoon
There's
to
no
sleep
fucking way.
inside the Capitol.
Yeah,
No
no
fucking way.
Get
Go
the
outside.
fuck out.
Get on
No
that
way.
fucking front lawn.
Yeah.
Dress and
Yeah.
fucking make your buddy happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk
Yeah,
fucking
there's-
get a Firewatch roster going, bitch,
That's it.
because you're
Yeah.
walking fucking post.
Yeah.
And by the way,
100%.
every Firewatch,
We got fucking
is
Secret
full
Service. No, you're still gonna do Firewatch. God damn it.
Firewatch, full battle rattle, 4-hour rotation.
100%. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
And I want half up, half down.
That's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fix bayonets while
They're
you're
all
at
in there just like in a pile. And I'm like,
I guess,
fuck.
I guess I appreciate the public not appreciating that, but it just shows how ignorant these fucking people are.
I
because-
appreciated the public absolutely annihilating the fat kid with his gut hanging
Oh
out.
my god!
Which
that was,
one?
That was probably a lieutenant
God,
colonel. You know
that
that was a
motherfucker
lieutenant
couldn't
That
colonel.
was a fat fuck. He was a sergeant.
Not only
he?
did not
Jeez.
only did his blouse not cover it, his fucking brown T-shirt couldn't even be tucked in.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you saw
That
his
was bad.
belly.
Shit was
His actual
rowdy.
belly.
Like,
The
fuck,
thing that
was
cracks
that's
me
one of
up.
those dudes that looks into a mirror and he's like, "I look good," but nobody ever looks from the side.
Right?
Like, dude, your belly's
Like,
hanging out like
I
8
thought
inches.
this was the National Guard, not like the fucking-
Michigan militia.
Yeah, Michigan militia.
Like,
Like, what the
fuck.
fuck's going on with this guy,
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
shit
was
was
bad.
rowdy.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
that
was
dude's double
one
dipping.
fat fuck.
So I watched the inauguration coverage.
Why? so
Because-
you're the one.
Right, it
You
was
wanna-
just me.
Mikey, you want to know why? Because nobody could go there to watch it.
So, no,
So
the
he-
reason I watched it was
I
actually
saw a meme that was like, "Fucking leave it to the military to trick you into staying for a change of command."
no shit, right? Actually, the reason I watched it was actually how unique it was in comparison to every inauguration that we've had before this.
Yeah,
Like essentially all the ceremony and the celebration that typically happens with inauguration, regardless of which party won, that's typically wasn't. Like it was
Right.
just like
There was just no
it's
pomp
like,
and circumstance.
It's like 4 dudes on some stairs. It was like, holy fuck! Like
Yeah.
there's nothing going
An
on.
old fucking Bernie sitting in his chair.
It was him and his Bernie and his
Thank
mittens.
God.
You know,
oh my
hold on.
God. That's been the best
if
shit.
I would
I
have
have
known
to-
that the one thing to bring the country together would have been Bernie Sanders memes, holy fuck!
I do have to say something about Bernie. in a positive light. And I think this might be the only time in my entire life that I have the ability to do this.
All right.
He took that, everybody was photoshopping him.
Oh my God. No, I know
He
where you're
took
going,
it,
and I have
put
so
it on
much
a
respect
fucking
for
sweatshirt, and all proceeds are going to charity.
Really?
Yep.
So he
I
made
saw that and I'm like, I can't even be like,
You know, he
fucking
didn't even
good
know.
on
He
ya.
didn't even know it had happened.
Well,
He was a
fuck.
guest on Seth Meyers' show, and he was like, "What do you say to all these memes?" And he's like, "What? Huh? I've never even been there."
So, but when he found out
Like,
about
he
it,
had no
he
idea
had
it was
his
even
team
happening.
get together, and they fucking made a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
That's just
It's just
the
the
cutout of him
That's it.
share with his mittens on the front of a sweatshirt, and all the proceeds are going to charity.
That's awesome.
So he's
Yeah.
selling the meme to give to a charity. I'm
was
like,
like,
I
fuck
kind
yeah.
of respect it. Like
I still didn't buy a shirt.
Bernie
but-
and his mittens.
Fuck Bernie.
I love how he was
I don't,
dressed.
I don't respect it. Fuck you, dude.
I
Your
love how he
socialist
was
bullshit.
dressed like in the morning though. He was like, I'm gonna swing by Joe's thing and then I gotta head to the office. It's just like, dude showed up in a brown parka and mittens.
You want to know why?
It's fucking cool
Because where
outside.
he's from, he's just miserable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Vermont
That's how
is
they all.
fucking
That's how they
terrible.
dress. That's just what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
That's like he's had that jacket for probably 50 years.
Yeah, but
Every
I
winter
watched.
he busts it
No,
out.
I watched it too.
I watched the inauguration because it was extremely unique.
I listened
and-
to it. I didn't watch it. Yeah.
So, and the thing is I don't have cable, so it's not like I could watch it. So, but every major news service was streaming it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was actually kind of clicking back and forth on the different news channels to just kind of see the change in the coverage.
Yeah.
And one place was streaming it with no commentary. It was literally just the cameras that were there, and they were just cutting from camera to camera as things were going on. So you could
Nice.
just watch it clean. Like there was
Yeah.
no, well, this is the transition of, and then there was the channels that were doing that were like, this is how we can, see the future of the company and, blah, blah, blah. Both sides kind of railing on each other and blah, blah, blah. But then there was the clean one, which was cool. And they had the fife and drum corps that walked by because when they did the review and the pass and review,
Yeah.
Sure.
which
Like I
I'm
said,
glad they
change
did that.
command.
So yeah, it was a change of
Change
command,
command.
but it was pass and review, and blah blah blah. Blah. But there was one that I was watching, and they had a like on the scene reporter or
I just
whatever.
want to. I just want to.
I just got done talking to one of the National Guard soldiers, and the National Guard soldier said that he couldn't be more proud to be here because he's part of history. And I'm like, you made that shit up.
Yeah, you made that up.
Because he was like Private whoever, like Private Johnson said blah 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 blah. And I was
That's like when they interview
"You're
the gun
full
owners,
of
and the
shit."
guy's like, yeah, it's just, the policies are just not good for gun owners like me. And it's like, bitch, you're not a gun owner.
I was like, you are full of shit because there's no way that National Guard private at 19 years old or whatever was like, I'm just really happy to be here because I feel like I'm being part of history. That motherfucker went, I'm actually really happy to be here because I'm on orders for this whole thing. And since we're fucking deployed,
Yeah.
I'm also getting
getting
it's
time
over
and a-
30 days. So
I'm
I get
getting time and a half.
BAH as well.
So since we're talking about the inauguration, President Biden's remarks, what do you think? Like he preached unity.
You can wish in one hand and shit in the other, bud. Like,
Well-
I'm done. I've listened to him talk for 50 years. It's time for his ass to do something. If he does something, good. Fucking A. I'm on board.
Well, he's done a lot.
Like, here's the thing. Like, and this is the same thing that I told.
15 executive orders on the first day, baby.
Well, this is the same thing I told
Setting
fucking
records
people
already.
who were bitching about Trump. And I was like, look, man, like, I love America.
Yeah.
I want America to be successful, which means I want the president to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the president's successful, we're all fucking successful. What you didn't see the last 4 years is anybody giving the president a chance to be successful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they fucking learn their lesson because it's been an absolute shit show. And this goes to both sides.
Yeah.
Like fucking like let him fucking do his job. And if he fucking sucks, guess what? He's probably not going to make it a year
So
anyways.
this is gonna be-
So a
like-
lot of people are saying, he was talking unity and he's lying to you and, whatever he's, his actions aren't going to prove that there's unity there, which I don't disagree with. But I think what he said was probably the best approach because it's probably a lot better than fuck you guys. I won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else he could have said that would have been
So
better.
no, I agree with you.
Like-
and this is going to be an unpopular
Here's what I'm
opinion,
looking forward to.
but probably the best chance we had to go on a reset of actually getting like communication back open where it wasn't a I'm going to say no just to fuck you kind of situation
Right.
would have been a non-handoff Democratic candidate. Because like Biden won, but Biden was the VP under Obama. So this is just kind of a recycle of prior leadership. Like if if we had essentially a Trump outlier Democratic winner, so like somebody that wasn't a career politician, somebody that had kind of come in as a disruptor model on the Democrat side, I think probably would have been the best chance.
We had one, and the Democratic Party kicked her out. Tulsi Gabbard was probably
totally agree. That kind of situation probably would have been our best opportunity to actually open dialogue back up,
right?
Where it wasn't this crazy fucking just boxing match that we've been watching for 4 years, but
Jesus Christ.
Instead we went on recycle mode, and it was just like
28 minutes ago. The U.S. House impeachment managers formally presented the articles of impeachment against former President Donald Trump to the Senate for his role in inciting the Capitol insurrection.
We knew that was going to happen. That's why they're saying the National Guard's going to stay there through March to make sure that there's.
So I think if Biden wants a chance at this unity shit, he's going to like say, "Hey, this impeachment shit just goes away." Like
it would be a brilliant move.
It would be brilliant for him.
It would be a brilliant move if he just went.
Here's the thing, though.
If as the president, he just went, no.
Yeah.
I am against this.
I think the things that you guys are forgetting is he's a 47-year politician.
48. Don't short him.
I'm not forgetting
48 years.
I'm not forgetting that at all.
So
that and everything he's ever stood for has changed.
Now the good thing is
at one point,
old flip-flop Joe.
He's had 48 years of practice, and now he can fucking let his colors shine.
Yeah. I just find it hilarious that the arguably youngest generation of voters on the Democrat side voted the oldest white dude in history to hold the presidency.
Yeah.
It was like, this is your new future?
Here's my concern. You guys filled your tank up in your car lately?
Yeah.
It's
bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
20 cents a gallon average across the country.
But let's talk
get
about
rid of that XL pipeline and like
that, and let's think about all of the American jobs that were immediately fucking zucked.
He just dumped 60,000 jobs in New Mexico.
Just fucking
gone.
You want to hear the crazy part? So BNSF,
like
the railroad company.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this with somebody the other day.
BNSF owns all of the rail lines that feed from Canada into the distribution points in the United States.
Do you know who owns?
Every single one of them. So all of the crude that comes out of Canada, which go look it up, kids, it's a shit ton.
It's a lot.
It's a shit ton.
Alberta.
To transport it, they charge $30 a barrel.
Wow.
To transport.
Do you know who owns BNSF?
That crude.
Who owns BNSF?
Warren Buffett.
Yep.
Do you know who Warren Buffett is buddy with? Good old Joe Biden.
Yeah. Because they fucking...
Imagine that.
They fucking both landed on
Why
Mayflower
would you
together.
want to kill the Keystone Pipeline?
You were there.
So...
Why would you want to kill the Keystone Pipeline?
Do you know what the average cost of travel on the Keystone Pipeline would be per barrel?
Huh.
All in, by the way. All in to push crude from there down in the Keystone Pipeline would bring the cost per barrel to $12
Wow.
to transport it. We're paying...
Not to mention all the money we've dumped into it already.
BNSF is being paid $30 a barrel to transport it. That does not include production, barreling, any of the other added cost of
when it's $90 a barrel,
just to move the shit.
and you're moving it at $30 a barrel.
$30 a barrel. So let's say
Jesus,
it costs $15 a barrel to make it.
Yeah.
Right? $30 a barrel to transport it, plus you've got all of the cartage fees for distribution after that. So yeah, when we're at $65, $70 a barrel and we're back to $4 a gallon gas.
Yeah.
Like, hate to be the bearer of bad news. It was going to be $12 a barrel, all in.
Yeah.
To transport that crude. Not to mention the, 60,000 jobs it was going to create.
Yeah.
So, and you still had all the cartage and everything else that was still going to happen, because once it got to the distribution hub, it was still going to have to push out.
Yeah.
But, so you still had all of the trucking industry that was still going to have to move that shit. The refineries and everything else that were going to do it. But no, let's
wrap up politics for the night, because I'm getting pissed off. I think we're going to do a no shit there I was story.
Oh,
right?
Shit. Who's got a no shit story?
I think,
So actually, it's none of us.
yeah, it's Mr. Larry here.
Larry's got a no shit story.
Larry is in studio.
No, here, roll up on this side.
Roll up over here, buddy.
The other side, buddy. Oh, he's got a
big
lipper.
He's got a big old
he's
dip.
got a-
Big old lipper.
Got a hammer.
Don't even Shaw, son.
All right, so we got Larry.
We brought Larry in.
Who's going to share a So no shit, there I was story.
All right,
Larry,
so Larry, what are you wearing? What's your cup size?
It's a large.
How do you feel about
it's
full
blue.
frontal male nudity?
I've always enjoyed gladiator movies, so.
Oh, there you go. Oh, sure.
And I will say this right
Dude, can
here.
you imagine being
Kmart
Achilles and
Sporting
fighting
Goods.
a war with your dick out? Like, fuck that.
It's the only way to fight a war.
Like, that's how you win, but that's why Ajax was fucking feared, man. The guy probably had a hammer. It was probably just like 2 of them. Sup, Thor.
Because he was known to fight with a fucking war hammer.
Yeah.
So you know he was just like separating that leather skirt, just being like, which hammer you want?
They'd be like, please kill me.
They were like, the fucking deadly one? They were like, that's both.
I'm going to split you in 2, one way or the other, boy. Mm-hmm. Larry, anyways, what's up, buddy?
So
Glad to be here. Thank you guys for having us. We're
Yeah.
part of the live audience, the live studio audience,
Larry,
which
you're with-
everybody can't see.
you're with
Redacted.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
all right.
That's as far as we're going to take it.
Yeah.
And we might even skin that out.
Yeah.
Redacted.
If you're mad, just redact that.
Yeah,
Oh, do we need to redact
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I
Oh,
will answer a few questions I did here. Kmart Sporting Goods, a 75 Trans Am with a 455 Super Duty,
There you go.
and a Porta shitter at Camp Pendleton.
Attaboy.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, does that cover it all?
Yep.
That was a good recap right there.
I think
Yeah,
I nailed it.
It's
Yeah.
just part of being in the huge live audience.
we had a
back there.
decent audience.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Got a bit of a
Open
peanut
up,
gallery
boys,
this
so
evening.
everybody can hear just
Pretty
how many we
good.
got in here.
We got a
Digging
peanut
it.
gallery.
Got a bit
Thank
of
you
a
guys
group.
so much for having us.
Happy
You guys are
Monday.
awesome.
So Larry, give us your a quick military background.
Okay, I'm a former 1st Recon Battalion member. I was there during the
Fuck, we
filming
have two of you on the fucking
Yeah,
podcast
right.
now?
You
I
wear
was there
black, you wear
during
black
the filming
silkies right now?
of the movie.
You got black silkies on right now?
I wore UDT shorts. We didn't have silk back in the days.
that was back. That's way before.
Yeah, that was back in the olden
I just
days.
got called a boot.
That motherfucker in Marine just said, sit down, son.
Quiet down, boot.
Yeah, I never even seen silkies before. So, but yeah,
That's old. That's old
Scott
school.
had asked me to.
I got a pair of UDTs at home, and they are not comfortable.
Is that Doughboy days?
They
All
were,
green?
you know, it was those. Man, they were very itchy, scratchy. I still, all these years later, cannot grow hair on the inside of my thighs, which goes back to kind of Thor's hammer deal.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, they were very uncomfortable and they looked really uncool out in town. But we wore them out there just to let everybody know who we were.
As you
And,
do. As you do.
absolutely,
As you
absolutely.
do.
And
So that was what, all green days?
No, those are tan.
no, when
UDTs
I
are
came
tan.
in, yeah, tan UDTs and white T-shirts. That tells you how far back that was. back
That's
in the
awesome.
days. Yeah.
So give us so you
So there I was. There I was.
before that.
Oh, okay.
You were in the Marines from what year to what year?
83 to 87.
83 to 87. Okay, so now
before any of you guys were born.
I was one.
That's not true. I was alive.
I was one. He was like 65.
Yes. I was building those Adobe bricks. One at a
I
time.
was 3 when you got out.
Yeah. So
He was born while you were in.
and we're blocking out my
Yeah.
face. You can't see how old I am.
Yeah.
so we got a no shit there we were story.
There we were. Yeah, no shit. There we were story. So we'd been out in the bush doing some patrol tactics, and we'd been out there for about 2 weeks. And when they were filming the movie, our command had never told us about this, right?
Right.
So we're out there and we're eating LURP rations, and you know, it's just hotter than hell. We're dehydrated as hell, you know, we're humping, you know, and you know, guys know how much packs weigh in the Marine Corps and the Army, you know, and just beat down. And we fly back to Talega, and we got a little LZ up on top of Talega, right? And we land and we come by, and anyway, I go turn my rifle in, turn my pack in, go do all the admin stuff you have to do. And somewhere along the way, I'd had 2 beers. And well, I was feeling pretty good. And a buddy of mine, who I will say his name is Larry Adams, Dr. Larry Adams. He teaches at Chino State University in California.
Nice.
Was getting
His
out of the Marine
address
Corps.
is-
Yes, exactly. He was getting out of the Marine Corps that night. So we always had a paddle ceremony, and we always had everybody sign everybody's paddle.
Do the paddle
And,
party.
Yeah, a little paddle party.
Sure.
So I'm walking over
a
and
recon
I
thing.
see I see all this shit down by the chow hall, and there's buses and fucking all kinds of cameras set up and all this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You know, and I am nasty. I've been out in the bush for 2 weeks. My britches are open. My balls are hanging out. You know, I'm just filthy. I'm tired. I'm drunk on 2 beers. And I I see my friend Larry, and he's holding his paddle. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on, man? I'm glad I got to see you before you headed out, blah, blah, blah. And we're hugging it up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? He said, this guy's filming a movie. And I said, this guy is filming this movie here about the battalion. And I'm like, who is it? And he tells me, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm blown away. I'm like, my God, where's he at?
We'll just say he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah.
And so they've got this big, long table set out under the trees.
A real big
right?
heartbreaker.
Yes. And he's sitting down there.
Oh, my God.
Right. He's sitting
Go
down
ahead
there.
and make his day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And while you're at it, get off his lawn.
That's right.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. And he's sitting down there from about me to the wall out in the audience, and not too far. I'm just looking right at him. And my friend Larry says, I think I'm going to have Mr. So-and-so. I'm going to ask if he'll sign my paddle. And the guy's just down there eating, doing his thing. And I'm just blown away. And I'm like, hell yeah, I would. And so Larry goes down there, and all of a sudden some yum freaking guy comes running up. Oh, no.
His PA.
Yeah, exactly. And stops him. And he says, and Larry tells the guy, man, I'm hoping Mr. So-and-so will sign my paddle. I'm getting out today. I've done 4 years here. And you guys are here doing this. And I think it would just be really cool. And the guy says, stand right here. And he runs back over to Mr. So-and-so, and he leans down, and he whispers in his ear. And the guy looks over at him there, and that guy. And so Joe Shit the Rag Man, as we'd say back in the day, comes running up, and he's like,
Still say that.
well, Mr. So-and-so, he's eating. He didn't really want to do all this stuff. And maybe later on if you catch him. And I looked right at Mr. So-and-so, and I went, what a dick. And dude, he looked at me, and he put his stuff down, and he pointed up at my friend Larry, and he went like this. And he walks over there, and he signs his paddle, and he's still eyeballing me, right? And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna fucking die.
About to make his day.
And I feel
I
the
too
stare
am getting
of-
out of the Marine Corps today.
Oh yeah, I feel the stare of like our sergeant major, who is just a beast, and our lieutenant colonel, killed like 1,000 people in Vietnam, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna die right here, Anyway, so he signed my buddy Larry's paddle, and later that night, I think Mr. So-and-so felt bad because we had a little beer garden area, and he'd bought like 4 kegs of beer for my friend Larry. Well, anyway, I went back to the barracks and showered and cleaned up and everything. I was nervous about going down to Larry's party, and I was like, man, I want to be persona non grata right now. I just want to, I know I screwed up. You can't do this to this guy. He's an American legend, And
Apparently you can.
well, apparently I was thirsty enough where I wanted free beer, right?
Sure.
So because it was running like wildfire throughout our little compound of Quonset huts. We got all this beer down here. People were just running through naked through the streets and everything, which was every Friday and Saturday.
pretty-
As Marines do.
It's a pretty normal fucking Friday.
Yeah. So anyway, I wandered down there.
Times haven't
and
changed too much.
Mr. Celebrity's down there, and I walked up to him. It's like some of the effect of like, brother, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was saying. And he's like, hey, you're the first person around here who looks like you were an actual recon Marine, all dirtied up and cammied up and everything. I want to see all your stuff that you were wearing, or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, come on by my hooch tomorrow. I'm like, I'm on my 4th beer. I'm totally hammered. Oh yeah, I'd love to party with you. So anyway, the next day he came by and looked at my deuce gear and how I had all my shit set up, and it was pretty cool. I got a bunch of pictures with him. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Well,
But
it's good
it
to
really
show
made
that
me
he
mad,
appreciates the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
right. My buddy, Larry was he was a stud. He busted his ass for 3.5 years, and this yum comes up and he didn't respect what he was supposed to be doing there.
His PA probably walked up and was like, excuse me.
Oh, that's exactly how it was.
And was like pussyfooting around it. And he was,
I
and
guarantee
he was
you.
probably like, fuck off, dude.
It was like
The phrase
he wants an autograph.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
the phrase he was given was literally, this Marine wants to know if you'll autograph his paddle.
That was it.
I guarantee you that was the line
Yeah,
he
that
was
was it.
given. And then it wasn't, hey, he's retiring today, and that paddle is kind of a ceremonial
Huge
piece
deal.
as an exit
Huge
for
deal.
Recon Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal. You happen to be here on the day.
Making a
And
movie
he
about
wants-
this guy.
Yeah, and
you
he-
know?
he,
Yeah.
wants you to be part of it. Like, he didn't actually explain the situation because he didn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which-
I don't know. I don't know Hollywood, and I never will after that, unfortunately. So there
Look,
goes the Chippendale career.
Hollywood
you
is
know?
pretty much any which way but loose.
He's got an IMDb account. Maybe you can introduce him to some Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
You know a guy named Hollywood.
I do.
people. Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyway, we sure appreciate you guys letting us on.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
That was
And I
a good
appreciate you blacking out my face. And
That was a good
Larry
story.
You
Adams
boys are always
from-
welcome.
That was a
Shout
good
out.
story that none of us could have told. So
Yeah.
we
I've got a lot of
100%.
pictures with the celebrity, and yeah, I'd love to have him on here with my face blacked out, of course.
Yeah,
Sure.
you boys are always welcome here. You are out there.
Word up. We're
We
looking forward to hanging
We
out
say
with
it
you
a
guys
lot,
more.
but
What a dick. That's it.
yeah.
So one thing you don't say
I
to
think we got
Hollywood celebrities.
the name of this episode, boys, is "What a Dick."
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, guys.
Which also apparently is
Thanks, Larry.
his nickname
Thanks,
when
Larry.
he's in those fucking UDTs.
Right?
Hey, man.
I think the enunciation's a little different.
What
Quite a dick.
a dick,
What a dick.
bro! Did you see his UDTs? What a dick!
That's Whataburger's.
The
That's
fucking
That's
hammer
Whataburger's
on that
Hooters
guy.
line, by the way.
Totally. What a dick.
All right, I think
Well,
it's
fuck,
time.
boys. I don't think we can fucking beat that.
No.
Nah, fuck that. I'll raise.
Uh,
You couldn't beat that dick if you tried.
Right?
Like, it's just.
I was laughing too hard. I couldn't.
I got you, buddy. I got
I was
you.
like, oh, shit.
I got you. I'm gonna raise my glass.
I'll raise up to that.
And thank you, boys, for being my freedom friends and to the freedom friends in the fucking peanut gallery today.
That's
We
right.
fucking
Thanks,
love
boys.
you.
Appreciate it. And tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mom's fucking friends.
Yeah.
Did you ever find that butt scarf?
He's looking for his new mask.
Oh.
He's looking for his new mask for 2021.
That's right.
Just taking donations.
Yeah. Like we said, check out our sponsors, warfightertobacco.com. Use code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off. Wellness.us for all your CBD needs.
Freedom Friends 25 gets you a quarter off your order. And our boys over at Grill Your Ass Off.
That's right. Foxtrot. That's FF15.
FF15. Smoke meat, not meth.
As Mikey reads it, smoke meth, not meat.
Yep.
I mean-
Well, either way.
To be fair, that was Thad.
To be
Oh,
fair.
That was
makes
Thad.
sense.
Thad, right?
Right after that, you asked if I had any GHB.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
So
I mean,
course.
Thad did.
like,
Par for the course
share,
with that.
subscribe, all those happy things. Push all the buttons.
Leave us some reviews.
Oh God,
Those
we
are
love
fun.
the reviews.
Those are fun.
The
The
reviews
fun
are
ones.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a new president, new year, new all these things going on, but same old advice.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Because if it ain't broke,
don't
why the
fix it.
fuck would you fix it?
No, consistency is king.
That's right.
That's the deal. So Scott, what's that first one?
I'm gonna don't go with me.
Johnny boy.
I think we're going to smoke on.
Ooh, and I say we drink on.
Boys, god damn it.
Ooh,
Freedom the fuck on. We'll see you guys next time.
Love it.